I'd like to welcome everybody and thank everybody for attending. First item on the agenda is acknowledgement of the land acknowledgement. We acknowledge the land upon which we gather is the unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq, and we pay our respects to the indigenous Mi'kmaq people of this territory, past, present, and future. Second item is a declaration of conflict of interest. If anyone has any conflict with the item we're going to cover here tonight, please declare so now. If not, we'll move on to approval of the agenda. It's an abbreviated agenda tonight, but nevertheless, we have an item that we need to discuss. So I will entertain any motion for additions, deletions, or changes, or approval of the agenda, whichever you wish.
I'll move to approve the agenda as constituted.
Thank you.
Second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone against? Motion carried. Okay, the next item is Planning Development Heritage resolution here, and I guess this resolution will be the purview of the Chair of Planning, Councillor Jeff McDonald. I'll ask him to move the resolution, and then I'll look for a seconder.
Thank you, Your Worship. This is PH 013-2026, Official Plan and Zoning Development Bylaw Review, a call for a public meeting. It is moved by myself as Chair of Planning, Development and Heritage. The resolution reads as follows. Whereas Upland Planning and Design Studio have been collaboratively working with the town staff and have hosted a number of working sessions and public engagements throughout to develop a more cohesive and visionary official plan to guide decisions on land use and development over a 15-year horizon in accordance with Section 12 sub B of Prince Edward Island's Planning Act. Whereas the Zoning Development Bylaw, which is developed to implement the policies of the new official plan, has also been included in this review concurrently. Whereas a review of the Stratford official plan had occurred in 2014 and was approved by the Minister of Finance, Energy and Municipal Affairs on February 13th, 2015. Whereas a review of the Stratford Zoning Development Bylaw occurred between 2016 and 2018 and was approved by the Minister of Communities, Land and Environment on April 8th, 2019. And whereas pursuant to Section 50.1 sub 1 of the Planning Act of PEI, Council of a municipality shall review its official plan and bylaws at intervals of not more than 5 years. Whereas the residents were recently invited to engage with the information posted online and presented at an in-person open house. Residents were asked to submit written feedback, speak with project team, and post comments on the online platform in response to the engagement. The engagement was open on May 29, 2026 and closed on July 12, 2026. Whereas in response to the engagement feedback, town planning staff are requesting to proceed to a public meeting to present the quote, what we heard report and the recommendations for the final official plan and zoning and development bylaw, and to allow residents and interested persons to make representations on the documents as per Section 11 and Section 18 of the Planning Act of PEI. Be it resolved then that a public meeting be held on a date and time to be determined by staff and the Planning Development Heritage Committee in order to provide an opportunity for the town to present the proposed final draft and the zoning development bylaw of the official plan as well to residents, and be it further resolved that the final draft official plan and zoning development bylaw documents will be made available for inspection at the town hall prior to the public meeting. This resolution does bear the recommendation of the Planning Development Heritage Committee as discussed at a meeting held July 27th, 2026, and that is the motion, Your Worship.
Okay, seconder. Thank you. Councillor Cox. Okay, discussion.
We ran some dates there, the public meeting, not public meeting, planning meeting. The dates that I got there was August 24th. Is that a fixed date?
You know what, Mr. Deputy, be honest with you, I cannot specifically recall any specific dates, but what we had mentioned talking about is, it was confirmed?
To be confirmed. To
be confirmed, yeah. But what we did talk about, that I recall, was Councillor Dowling's request to make sure that there was some daylight between the passage of the public meeting and the planning and development meeting, which is August 31st, to have a chance for council to look at things. So it certainly may be the 24th, though okay. We haven't fixed that yet.
No, I totally agree with after the public meeting that we sit down as council as a group to determine the outcome there. I mean, we are the council. We make the final decision. Yeah. And I agree totally there with the chair.
Okay, very good.
Anyone else? The only comment I have is, you know, we do have on our to-do list, one of the things this council is, identified as a priority was to get the official plan and the zoning and development bylaw, the zoning map approved within this mandate of council. So this mandate of council expires in November, and
That's right, yeah.
I think that we've talked about it, and we've asked for input, and we have to respect the process. We have to respect that whatever document comes forward, there will always be people against it and people for it, and I respect the residents, but I also respect the process, and I also respect the people in the development community and the agreements that the town has made to get the type of housing in place that people need, that people can afford. So for those two reasons, I think that an official plan, or a plan to identify the new draft official plan, or to look at the new draft official plan and to provide input, will be hopefully the final one, and I can honestly say that I think it will be the final one, because it is something we have to do, and we will do it one way or the other. So that's basically what I'm saying, is that the time has come for decisions, and those decisions will be made in respect of all viewpoints, but also in respect of the process that we have to get this done. Those are my comments. Thanks.
Just another thing to share, McDonald, just at the public meeting, is there going to be any question and answer from the floor for the residents?
That's the entire idea of it, Mr.
That's the entire idea?
Yeah, is to have that opportunity to provide questions or comments. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
I just have a question, Mr. Chair, in relation to His Worship's comments, and I appreciate. So a question in relation to His Worship's comments, and I appreciate those comments, and yes, we do have to look at all perspectives. And looking at the next draft, or the current draft, I should say, which we're referring to as a final draft, which I don't know why we're referring to it as a final draft until a vote. It's before council is a vote, then it's a final draft. But I'm just wondering, with the last input, we had a public meeting with a second draft, which had been substantially changed from the first based on public input and council's wishes. And we had considerable input coming in from that second public meeting and the consultation round, with the ability for input and different methodologies to the consultants. Has there been any change to that second draft based on that input? Or is the second draft that we're presenting the same as the draft we had before the last public meeting?
I certainly stand to be corrected on this, Councillor Dowling, but from what I understood was that our partners at Upland are now in the development of updating that draft from May. That would be the one presented to the public, because I think there's no point whatsoever in just presenting the same draft once again. Yeah, Ms. Watts is there telling me I'm right for once, so that's great. So yes, so that's the idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, any more discussion? Any other comments? If not, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Motion carried. So we'll have a public meeting on a date to be determined to discuss the next, and I think it is the final draft. It will be a draft until it's approved by council, obviously, but it'll be either approved or rejected by council at a future council meeting.
Logically, it's a final draft when it comes before council.
I'm not going to argue semantics with you, councillor, but
well, we've been referring to it as a final draft, Your Worship, and I think that's a misnomer, because there could be substantial changes, there could be no changes in this current draft made by council.
Let's just say near final draft.
Yeah.
all right, let's move on.
Getting closer to the final draft.
Closer.
Yeah. Okay. So, any committee of the next item is committee of the whole. Any Anything from committee of the whole?
Let's just adjourn this meeting, Your Worship, and then we can move to
Adjourn this
the whole.
Adjournment? Motion for adjournment? So moved. Oh, we're now adjourned. Thank you.